What's up? What's going on? What's popping? Salute to the fam. How you? How your day going? What's up with you? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it is an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fam and the boxing fans. It's Sunday night, so you know what that means. It's our time now, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, it's on, man. Y'all know I had to come on through the day and do We Talking Boxing, man. Salute to everyone that catches this live. Salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up if you got to pull an early exit. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And most importantly, what's really near and dear to me right now, most importantly to everybody, rock the bells. I repeat, rock the bells. Stay up with the homie, man. Every time I upload, you'll get that notification and you can stay in tune with the homie, man, all day. Let me see who I got. I got Muhammad Ali in the building. What's up, family? What's up, man? You say just about to go to sleep and you show up, champ. Decisions. Got to be up for work in 7 hours, but I think I can get away with 6, man. Much love to you, Muhammad Ali. Much love, family. I appreciate you rocking with me, man. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you, family. Bruce Goes in the building. What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? My main man, DJ Zion Love, is up in this joint. What's up, man? Salute to you. Good evening. Good evening to you, man. Good evening, man. Wow. What a crazy week, huh, fam? Before I get started, let me do a sound check, man, because I've been having my sound issues, and before I get all going in this, I don't want it to be all messed up. Hold on. All right, we sounding good. We good. We look like we good to go. I can live with that. You know, I'm gonna be turning that music off in a minute, fam, so y'all just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. Now, what's going on? Now, like I was just saying, I'll be right in front of y'all in a minute. Y'all know how we do this. But what a crazy week we've had this week, huh? In the sport of boxing. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, names synonymous all week long. You know, I've been covering the sport for a minute. And I got to tell you, bro, I think this is the first time ever for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight, we've been hopping on the name of Terrence Crawford. I need a break. What about y'all, man? I need a break. You know what I'm saying? I need a break from the 60-40s. I need a break from the resume talk. I need a break from we've been doing this for years. I mean years, family. I need a break. So I'm going to take a break from Bud this week. And I think we got all our points that we needed to get out there, Bud Nation. I think we good to go. But, man, what a crazy, crazy week. Salute to the fan, Monty Brown TV, slid through this week. We had a good back and forth about Errol and Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's all good. That's all fun. You know what I mean? That's what we need in the sport of boxing. I love contentious debates. I love the back and forth. I love the camaraderie. Those all are good, man. Boxing fans like that, y'all keep on doing that, man. That's what keeps the sport alive. Real spill. So what we got going on? I know we had some fights over the weekend. To my UK fam, Conor Benn. Looking like the next premier welterweight, huh? He got to get through one man. He got to get through that man named Josh Kelly, man. That's my main man. Salute to Josh Kelly. He's a supporter of the channel. Salute to him, bro. He got to get through that man. That man, he says he is the premier guy that's going to come up out of that UK for the welterweight division. Not Conor Benn. I got to admit, though, Conor looked good against Formella last night. He did what he wanted. Had his way. Look, old Conor Benn. He's looking fast, you know, against a formula for Formella. You know, that's Sean Porter's leftovers, if I recall right? Good deal, man. Good deal. But he shined on him. Got the job done. We'll see, man. Eventually, he's going to have to make that U.S. trip. The names at welterweight are very, 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 thin on the UK side. So he's going to have to make that American trip soon. But right now, he's doing what he got to do, man. He's earning that name. He looks solid. He looked real solid. So good performance from Conor Benn last night. Also, this is Thanksgiving week, fam. Be careful out there to everybody. You may think you Superman. Okay? You may think you are Superman. But you're elderly. Your granddaddy, your grandma. Just be cautious for them. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to go to the family house, you're going to eat that turkey because I know it's hard to resist. You're going to sit down with the family. Just be careful. Take precautions. Do what you got to do to protect your family. Like I said, you may think you Superman, but that don't mean the same thing for grandma and granddad. Another thing, before we get to this real spill, I caught something on the way in just now, right before I hit the live button, and I was reading this thing from Sylvester Stallone. Funny, champ. You know, every now and again, let me hit this music for a minute. Hold on for a second, fam. Every now and again, I get on here, I always drop a jewel about Rocky, because I noticed that Rocky just lately, for these last few months, I guess another Creed about to come out. Every time a Creed about to come out, all these little tidbits about the Rocky franchise start being dropped. And the latest one, because we've covered a couple of them here on the channel, the latest one now that throw me for, and I'm like blown away because I love Rocky. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big Rocky fan. I think Rocky covers every portion of the sport of boxing. I mean, from the promotional to the business to the opponent to the things that a fighter goes through behind the scenes. I thought Rocky entailed it just great. Even when he retired, had to raise the young fighter, you know, and seeing himself through the young. All of that stuff plays out in the Rocky saga, whether it goes in the Creed or not. I think it's the greatest boxing saga ever created. Well, anyway, one big deal is Sylvester Stallone, and let me get in front of y'all. Let me get this camera going. Sylvester Stallone has came out and told the world that in Rocky 3, the one when he fought Mr. T, real spill, fam, in Rocky 3, he thought he was going to kill Rocky. Rocky was supposed to die at the end of Rocky 3. Now, here's the deal. Rocky 3 was the biggest Rocky, financial-wise. It was the biggest one of all of them, believe it or not. And he wanted to kill Rocky at the end. And check the scene out in which he said how he was going to do this. This is crazy, fam. Check this out. According to Sylvester Stallone, right? He says, and I quote, he says, hold on. Oh, my fault. Man, my screen just skipped on me. Hold on. Okay, here you go. He said, and I quote, if I have the nerve, if I have real nerve, Rocky should die at the end of the third film. I was originally thinking in more grandiose terms, the Coliseum and everything, but Rocky 3 should end with more than a fight. It should end with Rocky's life coming full cycle. The way I imagine it, after the fight, he's riding home in a cab with the roar of the people chanting, Rocky, Rocky, still in his ears. And he just drops over dead. And the movie ends, end quote. So he wanted Rocky to be going home in a cab after he beat Mr. T. And on his way home with the crowd in the back, he was going to die in the back of a cab. That was how he wanted Rocky to go out. He says he's glad he didn't do it, because if he didn't, of course, there would have been no more sequels. And there wouldn't have been no Creed, and there wouldn't have been no Drago, because that was Rocky 3. Drago was 4. There would have been no Tommy Gunn, none of that stuff. Rocky would have died in the back seat of a cab. How that ending would have went. Y'all would have been feeling that? I don't think I would have been feeling that. Let's get to the boxing history, though, man. Let's get to the boxing history. Yo, for all my historians, eyes up right now. What y'all know today, man? Today in boxing history. Let's talk about it, y'all. Today, November 22nd, today in boxing history was the day that we were formally introduced to the one and the only Mr. Mike Tyson. Today is the anniversary. November 22nd, 1986, the day that Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history by defeating Trevor Berbick. Tyson, at this point in his career, 20 years old, he was going through the ranks, knocking everybody out. He had the hype on his side. Don King did a great job at promoting him. At this point in his career, there was just one last question remaining. Is he all hype, or is he the real deal? This was the time where Mike Tyson was to prove. This was the time. It says that Trevor Berbick came into this fight as the WBC champion. He had beaten Pinky and Thomas in a tournament designed to unify the three major heavyweight titles. But despite being the man in possession of the gold, he was a 7-1 underdog against Mike Tyson. He had a back, and this as after him coming back after the loss against Ronaldo Snipes. We just covered Ronaldo Snipes the other day, didn't we, against Larry Holmes? But yeah, man. So this dude, Trevor Berbick, man, he was the man. He was the world champion. Real religious man, if I remember correct. He was a real religious man. And at this point, Tyson just was unproven. I mean, yeah, he's been through some of he made it through the ranks, but was he the next great heavyweight was the great question. No one knew at this point. And at this night is when Mike Tyson stopped Trevor Berbick in the second round to become the youngest world champion in history. Also, Cus D'Amato had just passed away a year previous to this, so people wasn't sure if Mike Tyson, without his usual Cus D'Amato, without the man that groomed him and formed him to this point, wasn't there for his biggest moment to this point, how would he do it? Well, Mike Tyson stopped Trevor Berbick in the second round. After a hard overhand right, he dropped him. After he got up, because he dropped him first in the second round, then he got up. He ate another overhand right, which started a clinch. Then a right hook to the body. Came back with the right uppercut that just missed him. Left hook to the temple, and he is done. Trevor Berbick flopped all over the ring when he got knocked. It was bad, bro. Like he couldn't get to his feet. Y'all remember that. We got boxing minds up in here. My man was get up on his feet, fall, boom. Get up on his feet, fall, boom. Mills Lane got in the middle and stopped it. According to Mike Tyson, and I quote, "I came here very confident, and I knew that I wasn't leaving this ring alive without the championship of the world. I was already deadly and throwing accurate punches. I'll fight anybody. I'm the best fighter in the world. No man can beat me." And then for the next 4 years, Tyson unified the division until he was beaten, of course, in 1990 by James Buster Douglas on that night in Japan, if y'all know what I'm talking about. And today, November 22nd, 1986, marks the day that Mike Tyson stopped Trevor Berbick in the second round and became the youngest world heavyweight champion all day. Y'all remember that time, man? Y'all remember that time? I know y'all remember that time, man. I know y'all remember that time. Let me see, man. Let me see what y'all was talking about, man. What's up, Cuzzo? Cuzzo in the building. What's up, man? What's up, man? What's going on? Come on, man. Ben for the punching bag. Just like Porter did. Yeah, Formella ain't put up no resistance. I agree with you there, Harold Trim. No resistance. But he still look good. I mean, if he's styling on him like that, it is what it is. Why they not stopping Formella? Porter didn't do it, neither does Conor Ben. It would have been nice to make that statement after Porter didn't stop him, you know what I mean? I got the fam in the building, Supreme Beast Boxing. What's up, G? What's going on, man? Salute, man. Hashtag DMV all day. I got the DMV in the building. Mike, what's up, man? What's going on? That was the original Stanky Leg. 3 rounds later, he failed. Yeah, that Stanky Leg was vicious. My man couldn't stand up for nothing, bro. Couldn't stand up for nothing. Muhammad Ali says that was a great knockout, and it made him dance, too. Yeah, my man was doing the hokey pokey, champ. Every time he tried to make it back to his feet, ba-bloom, ba-bloom. It was a wrap. Tyson's power, bro. I mean, Trevor, he fought so scared in that fight, man. Like, he you know, that's what Tyson was scaring everybody, man. And if you remember in this fight, Trevor Berbick tried to play a mental game. Look at the picture. He got on black trunks, just like Mike do. And at that time, Trevor, who was the champion, was trying to flex on Mike. And he took the black trunks and making Mike, trying to force Mike to wear something else. Mike took the $5,000 penalty off of his millions of dollars that he made that night, took the $5,000 penalty, and still came in there with the traditional black trunks and the, no socks and all that stuff, like he always do. Trevor tried it, bro. He tried it, and you can't blame him. Trevor Berbick was based out of Canada for a bit. Yeah, and Jamaica, right? Jamaica by way of Florida, if I remember. Yeah, but he was a religious man, man. And a lot of people saw him. They seen young, hungry Tyson stopping everybody. You know, people love knockouts. Tyson was the big hype. It just had to be see if it was true or not. Trevor Berbick was a religious, humble type dude. You know, not an easy guy to sell. You know, it wasn't the spectacle that they wanted at the time. And at the time, they were hungry. I repeat, hungry for a young and up-and-coming champion, man. All day. Let's get to the real spill, man. That's boxing history, man. I love doing the boxing history portions of the show. Man, much love to everybody that rock with that portion of the show. So y'all know how we do, man. We're going to start off real light, and then we're going to get to the heavier topics as we progress. Now, We're going to start off with this one right here. Given that Javier Fortuna recently just fought last night, let's talk about Javier Fortuna, you know what I'm saying? And the whole Devin Haney situation, shall we? Let's get up to speed on this real quick. Let's get up to speed on this. Now, last night, Javier Fortuna won last night, from what I understand. He beat the guy Antonio Torres. I mean, he beat him from pillar to post. Easy work, you know what I'm saying? Torres just was a guy that they found somewhere, never heard of him. Came in there, didn't give much resistance. A fish way out of water. Shouldn't have been there last night. And basically got beat down by Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna put in a good performance last night. But the question remains now was what's going to happen next for Javier Fortuna? Now, we've been singing this Javier Fortuna story now for a minute. We know what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be the WBC Mandatory at lightweight. Now, this is confusing. Now, I'm going to try not to confuse y'all too much because he's the WBC Mandatory, but also the winner of Campbell and Ryan Garcia is going to be also the WBC Mandatory. So we're talking two mandatories. See, this is the situation that the WBC just kind of all jacked all up. After the franchise belt got involved, everything just got all messed up in this Javier Fortuna, Devin Haney situation. Everything just got all messed up. You know, let's go back, man. Remember how this is all started, right? Devin Haney wins the WBC belt, or gets the WBC belt, right? He defends the WBC belt against Santiago. After the Santiago fight, the WBC comes around and says, we are ordering you to face Javier Fortuna. And this will have to be done by a certain time. Devin Haney comes back and says, hey, I can't fight Javier Fortuna because I'm going to go get shoulder surgery on my shoulder. This is last December of 2019. I'm going to get shoulder surgery. So if you can't going to get shoulder surgery, that means you can't defend your belt against your mandatory challenger, which forced Devin Haney to give up his belt. And he was going to go and get the surgery. They made Devin Haney the champion in recess, meaning that once he comes back, then he can get a crack at the title. But he will no longer, at that point, be the champion. That's the big deal. So the WBC orders a fight between Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC belt, right? Then we going around, coronavirus happens. It stops the Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell fight. Devin Haney says, oh, thanks to coronavirus, I now had a little extra time to heal my shoulder up. I think I'm ready to get back into competition, WBC. And here's the deal. WBC, I am petitioning y'all to face Javier Fortuna. I want Javier Fortuna. At that time, here's Devin Haney, and I quote, as of now, I'm looking to defend my title against my mandatory challenger, Javier Fortuna. You know, because he's the mandatory. Somebody I'm going to have to fight. And then after that, I want to move on to the big fights. But as of now, the main person that I'm looking at is Javier Fortuna, end quote. See, boxing fans, y'all got to stay up on this. Because a lot of y'all got this bad habit of running around. And though I got my criticisms of Devin Haney, this is one that's not warranted. Because y'all got, everybody that just say email champion, y'all hear him and believe him. You did. Javier Fortuna don't got that right to say that, champ. And we going to get there. See, Javier Fortuna, you got Devin Haney right now saying, what's good? And WBC, don't let him run away. Don't let him run down the road. No, I'm coming back, but I want to fight him. But that ain't how Javier Fortuna saw it. Now, according to Devin Haney, and I quote, I wouldn't have been able to fight in time to defend my title because of the injury. Haney, he says that, so they made me the champion in recess. That whenever I came back, whenever I was fully healed and recovered, I would face the mandatory challenger. And since all of this happened, and the COVID-19 has happened, the two mandatories wasn't able to fight each other. So that's why I'm petitioning to the WBC as of now to just let me fight Javier Fortuna for the world title. There it is. He wanted Javier Fortuna. And this is an interview he had gave on a radio show. He wanted Javier Fortuna. According to at the time, the promoter of Javier Fortuna, we're going to talk more about him, Samson Lekowicz. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Samson Lekowicz says, and I quote, Haney versus Fortuna will be a spectacular fight when it happens. However, we already have a signed contract to fight Luke Campbell. I am happy to hear that Devin Haney has had a successful recovery. But I suspect the WBC will not go back on their ruling simply because it's more convenient to one fighter. And I propose that Fortuna and Campbell face off for the interim title, and the winner must agree to fight Devin Haney within 90 days. I'm going to stop right there. So here we are. Devin Haney says, I'm coming back. I want Javier Fortuna, squarely. WBC, forget all the noise. I want Javier Fortuna. The promoter of Javier Fortuna comes out and says, we got a deal in place with with Luke Campbell. You know, hey, look, if you're going to give the belt to Devin Haney, this guy right here said it, Lekowitz. If you're going to give the belt to Devin Haney, then guess what? Fine. Give him the belt. We'll take the interim belt, and then we'll see him on the back end. See, what Lekowitz was doing as a promoter, and I can't see how I blame his business, right? What Lekowitz was doing was lining them up for Javier Fortuna. He was thinking in Javier Fortuna's best interest, as to say, okay, we got not one now, but 2 fights in our lap, perhaps. Let's line them all up. I don't think we got to get rid of one and do the other. We wanted the Devin Haney fight. Javier Fortuna wanted the title shot. He was considered the mandatory, but instead, he said, still, we'll go forward with Luke Campbell for the interim fight. Coronavirus wrecks that fight. Devin Haney's still healing. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fighting nobody this year. No one's fighting. Then Javier Fortuna, after Campbell leaves, instead of saying, hey, man, give Devin Haney a call. Let's make it happen right here, right now. They call Jorge Linares. He decides, well, then I'm going to go and face Jorge Linares. And then the WBC comes around and says, we're going to give you the WBC Diamond Belt for facing Jorge Linares. So you helping it. So I don't know who's protecting who around here. The WBC throwing a belt over there to make them go over there. You don't want them to fight Devin Haney. Javier Fortuna walked away from Luke Campbell, who that means he was doing business with Eddie Hearn, who is the co-promoter of Devin Haney, right? Then he walked away from Eddie Hearn and he went to Jorge Linares, which means he stopped talking to Eddie and he started talking to Oscar, because that was a Golden Boy card. You just totally forgot. So if you were already doing business with Eddie Hearn, the promoter, in the Luke Campbell situation, why, when that situation fell through, wasn't Devin Haney up next? Riddle me that, because we want the test. We want to see how good young Devin is. What happened there? Who dropped the ball? Who's protecting who? Because I just don't understand that. Then this is where it gets worse. Jorge Linares catches COVID-19, right? Jorge Linares catches COVID. And take in mind, the Jorge Linares versus Javier Fortuna fight was aligned just 1 week prior to Devin Haney's fight with Yorkis Gamboa. That was the original date. So I'm guessing they were lining something up. It did make sense, right? You got Javier Fortuna coming out here, you know what I mean? He going to get his fight with Linares. Maybe the winner of that goes on to face the fight from next week. They're all DAZN fighters. They're all on the same network. One just with Golden Boy and the other with Matchroom. They're all on DAZN, though. So ain't no politics. So what's going on? So Jorge Linares gets pulled for the COVID-19, right? He gets sick. And now Javier Fortuna has no opponent. Yet I got Devin Haney running around calling out Gary, talking smack to Gary, and I got Javier Fortuna with no opponent. I got young Devin on social media running around, and anyone that listen talking about everyone else, yet Javier Fortuna has no opponent at this moment. And Devin instead goes and faces Yorkis Gamboa, gets the Gamboa fight out the way. Javier Fortuna fought this guy Torres, and here we are today. That means to me, when I look at this whole situation, I say someone was being protected. I don't know if they didn't believe that Devin's shoulder wasn't ready to go, or if they wanted to test his shoulder and see if it was ready to go, which honestly, I can't say as a boxing fan we should have a problem with that. If your man is injured and he just went through a heavy surgery like that, you daggone right. And this is what we be saying about Errol Spence Jr. We wouldn't be mad if he decided to take a tune-up. It's only the right way to do it. So you got to see where you at, man. And so maybe someone on Devin's side, because we seen how the Gary Russell Jr. situation played out. They pulled him back. Maybe somebody said, you know what, let's see. Let's test this versus Yorkis Gamboa. And let's see if you back. Maybe that was the plan all along. But here we are today. There's nothing preventing this fight. Devin Haney versus Javier Fortuna makes perfect sense to everybody. It's a beautiful fight, to be honest with you. And it answers the questions. Yeah, it definitely answers the questions. Hold on. See, In Javier Fortuna's case, right? Southpaw. He will test Devin's fitness and power. This is a guy who's always coming to war. He's coming to fight. He'll make it a phone booth fight. He looking to get to the inside. He throws hard shots. Got good power, good feet. Ain't just flat-footed. This ain't a Yorkers Gamboa right here. This guy can fight. I like Javier Fortuna. I thought he beat Robert Easter Jr. And I think he tests Devin. I think he pushes Devin, man. Y'all might say, well, nah, man, because of the height and reach advantage. Nah, I think Javier Fortuna is going to answer everything we need to know about 22-year-old Devin Haney. I think he will. I think he'll make him uncomfortable. He'll try to make him uncomfortable. He won't give up. Stopping him ain't going to be easy. Getting away from him ain't going to be easy. He's confrontational. He likes to fight aggressive. He can box. He can check a lot of things and answer a lot of questions for us about young Devin Haney. I like this fight. He's the mandatory. Ain't no reason why that mandatory shouldn't be coming due. So if they don't order this fight, we're going to wonder, unless Devin got something bigger up his sleeve, which, hey, it is what it is. You got a Tank Davis. You got a Teofimo. We got you. But this is what you should be doing. Javier Fortuna, right here. You know what I mean? Right here. You know what I mean? See, the thing is also, Devin's date when he fought Yorkers Gamboa, and this goes to everybody who was looking at the Gary Russell Jr. situation. The date couldn't be moved. I tried to tell y'all back then, the date couldn't be moved. You know why? Because it's a pandemic going on. When you get a headlining fight, hear me, fam. When you get two fighters that you finally found after searching high and low, some of the two best fighters that your money can find for that particular event, that ain't an easy thing to do. They found headliners, and they were not pulling those headliners. Javier Fortuna versus Jorge Linares was a headlining fight for Golden Boy. When that fight went down the toilet, the whole event went down the toilet because they were the headliners. When all of this crap was going on with Gary Russell Jr., we knew that Devin Haney was headlining with Yorkers Gamboa. We knew this. Eddie Hearn had no replacements at that shorter notice. The fight was going to go on no matter what. That's when I knew. Maybe that's the reason why Gary Russell Jr. started saying Javier Fortuna's name, because I always wondered that too. Maybe that's the reason, because he was trying to tell everybody, I know where you going. I know who you thinking about fighting. His name is Javier Fortuna. That's who I'm fighting. That was a message. This fight might be next. I hope we get it. As for Devin Haney, I think Devin Haney will have to use the jab, move, throw hard, straight, extended shots on Javier Fortuna. Hard, extended, fully extended shots. Javier Fortuna throws a lot of looping shots. Lots of looping shots, especially against taller opponents. He does a lot of this. Devin Haney straight, fully extended punches right down the pike. Something he likes to do. And he has the length to do it. I think Devin Haney can do that. Full extension on his punches. He'll cause a problem for Javier Fortuna. Watch for the big looping shots. Don't fall into a war with Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna would love to drag you into nothing but a war if he can. You get sucked in it, you on your own. Pops can't save you then. Javier Fortuna will drag you into World War III if you let him. This is a good test. But I think Devin can get past it. Maybe. What type of statement he set, I don't know. After the Gamboa fight, I don't know. But he needs this test. This is a great test. And besides, Javier Fortuna, it's your time, bro. You've been putting that work in, and it's your time. Let me go to the fam. Yes, sir. Let me scroll back some. Adrian Chapman says, yo, man, too many belts. I'm with you 100 on that. With you 100. John Kramer in the building. Salute to you, family. Salute to you, man. D-Ray, what's up, man? What's up, family? Salute to you, champ. Salute to you, man. John Kramer says, okay, you talking to Monty. My brother Monty in the building. Monty Brown TV is in the building. What's up with you, family? Salute, man. Appreciate you dropping through earlier this week, family, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. P. Newell, let's cook, man. All day, family. What's up with you, man? Man, what's up to everybody? I'm glad y'all rocking with me late on the Sunday, man. For real, man. Muhammad Ali says WBC doing what they do best of late, and that's making a mess and a mockery. They have. That's why they try to include that WBC diamond belt into a fight with Jorge Linares and Javier Fortuna. They made a mess out of this situation, bro. Now they in a situation where they got Devin Haney lining up with 2 mandatories. Do y'all hear me? They are lining Devin Haney up officially as we speak with 2 mandatories. He's already got Javier Fortuna, winner of Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia, WBC mandatory. 2 mandatories already for Devin. Teofimo ain't fought 1, but he's considered undisputed. See, who putting that work in as a champion for real? I mean, I'm just saying. Teofimo get to sit at the top of the mountain. He ain't got to worry about a WBC challenge. Now, does he? He ain't got to worry about young Devin. Now, does he? Do you really feel like a champion, Teofimo? Do you really feel like a champion knowing that you got that belt made of chocolate? I'm just asking a question. So the point I'm making is, Devin has got to do 2 mandatories now. How do you like that, WBC? 2 mandatories. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. To my brother in the super chat. Salute to P. Newell in that super chat. Much love to you, family. He say, man, let the cooking begin. I got that Crisco for him, champ. You hear me, though? Got that Crisco right here, man. We about to cook this joint, bruh. I'm telling you straight like this, man. At the end of the day, I feel bad for young Devin. I told him to drop that WBC, man. Get rid of it. You see they lining you up. Mandatory after mandatory. Ryan Garcia, if he becomes the mandatory, he really going to fight Devin Haney? Do y'all really believe that? Or is they going to try to line him up with Tank Davis? I see Oscar De La Hoya running around here talking about something he made the PBC. He pretty much made these dudes. And Oscar De La Hoya keep talking about training and fighting and all this stuff. Damn, Oscar. Sad. Really is. What you going to do with young Ryan? Only thing I better tell Oscar, make sure that Eddie don't take him. Oops. Like he took Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. You know what I mean? Big Dose. What's up, family? What's up with you? Big Dose, I thought you, Hold on, bro. I thought I gave you that blue suit, Big Dose. Got that blue suit, man. Hey, Big Dose, I've been checking the music, bro. Hey, keep doing your thing, fam. Keep doing your thing. Check out Big Dose music, man. He putting that work in over there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of the WBC right now, for real. Man, me too, man. All these belts everywhere make you sick, bro. Sanctioning fees, messing up the rankings, picking who they want to pick, doing what they want to do, creating new weight classes. You know what? None of the other sanctioning bodies even jumped on this yet. Have y'all heard anything about that? I heard the WBC doing the Bridgerweight thing. Haven't heard nothing about the WBO. Haven't heard anything about the IBF or the WBA, but I wouldn't be surprised. But the WBC is kicking this off, creating a whole new weight class with more shiny new belts. Now, ain't that something? Now, let's get to the next one. So let's keep our eye on this one right here, man. You know what I mean? Let's just see how it works out for Devin Haney. Devin is looking for that statement he wants to make. He needs that fight. I think fans would respect this fight. This is a fight that's been in the making. I don't see where Javier Fortuna would go at this point if he is the WBC mandatory. He shouldn't want anything short of a title fight at this point. You know, he's already in quotes out there today saying that he felt like he had to fight like 2 fights just to get his title shot. So it's nothing else for Javier Fortuna outside of that title shot. It's looking like him and Devin Haney should be happening sometime early next year, man. All day. Melanated motivation say greed. That's exactly the word. Squared up greed, man. Straight up greed. Devin a bad MF in that ring, but I think he made a mistake signing with DAZN. Hearns is holding him back, in my opinion. Could be. You know, I already got my theories on that, man. You know, I already got my main theories about how Eddie Hearn treats his co-promoted fighters opposed to his fully promoted fighters. He treats the co-promoted ones, the ones that he don't got fully control of, he treats them like a little stepchild. He'll get to them when he can. You know what I'm saying? But he don't, like, it's no way he should have let. How does Javier Fortuna, who was in business, doing business with you and Campbell, walk away from you to go face Jorge Linares with Golden Boy? And y'all all on the same network. Somebody playing games. Let's move on, fam. Let's move on. Now, for the next one, for the next story, as y'all see in the title, we going to talk about Danny and Errol. Did y'all see that video yesterday, man? Yeah, man, we covered Danny. That's all I needed to say about Danny. But today we're going to do this a little different. Now, I normally got the quotes floating all around here and all that crazy stuff. Now, we're going to do audio today. Now, I've edited down. Hold on one second. I have edited down the recent interviews from Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia, Derrick James, as well as Errol Spence Jr. Now, they're in no specific order. It's no telling which order they're going to pop up. I just got them all down here. I got them edited out, and we just going to go through them. So as they say what they say about what they're saying, damn, do that again. If they say what they say about what they're saying, then we're going to come back and chime in. So check it out. So we're going to start off. I think the first one is going to be Angel Garcia, if I'm correct. So if y'all have any sound issues out there, you cannot hear it, it's too low, please let me know in the comment section. I want to get this right.
So we're not going to learn nothing from him and Garcia, Mikey. You can't learn nothing from that. And what I do is, when I train Danny, I focus on Danny. I don't worry about looking at video because I'm hopeless against that. I can't change nothing that they got over there. I know what I can make Danny better. So we've been working on things we're gonna dictate the fight. First of all, we're gonna be on top of him. So we're not gonna do like Mikey did. He ran, all night. He was glad he was out of there. He was glad he took the check.
All right, let me stop right there for a minute. And I'm gonna go back behind the scenes just on this portion, fam. He says we're not gonna run like Mikey did. Can y'all hear? Y'all hear all good? Okay. He said we're not gonna run like Mikey did. Angel Garcia is saying that they're gonna come out here and they're gonna try to jump on Errol. They're gonna try to jump on Errol, according to Angel Garcia. We're not here to show up just for the check. They're honestly stomping all over Mikey Garcia. We ain't here to show up for the check. We're gonna go whatever he put out, we're gonna answer it. That's according to Angel Garcia. Now that's something I've been wondering. Because I told y'all in the video, Danny can't get in there thinking. He can't get in there, smoke coming out his ears, man. And next thing you know, 2-3 rounds in pass, and he's sitting there trying to catch the pace of Errol Spence Jr., catch the timing down. You can't do it, champion. You can't do it. You got to get in there and get the work. Danny says his problem in previous fights has been being too comfortable and allowing his opponents to do what they do. Well, in this case, allegedly, Angel is saying that we ain't doing that. We going to smack at him. Thanks to P. Newell in the super chat. If Danny get him with that left hook, it is trouble. Yes, it can be trouble, bruh. And it's going to be interesting to see if Errol can take that, man. Which, if like I said, if he can, if it ain't nothing, if he shake it off, well, we got to fight. Let's keep listening to Angel.
Check on my back. But we're not looking at that. We're looking at going to Texas in Dallas Stadium, because they got a little rival, the Eagles against Dallas. So we're going out there, we're going to sit on their helmet. On Dallas Stadium, we're going to sit on their helmet after Danny wins the title. So I can't tell you what we got, but we're going to bring anything he got. We're going to respond to anything he brings to the table. Not disrespecting the man, because I got to respect him as a fighter. But just because you see 2 L's on Danny, because I'm not going to sugarcoat him, it was all bullshit politics. Can I curse?
Kelly.
He said his 2 losses were BS politics. Bro, you lost, bro. I don't know if anybody told you, man. Keith beat that ass, champ. Now, the Sean Porter fight, I think it was a little close, but I still get an edge to Sean. You lost. There wasn't no politics. I told you, your man be running around talking about I broke Keith Thurman's arm. That's like a badge of honor for the Garcias. You lost, bro. Fair and square. I've rewatched those fights. No, you lost. Now, Keith might have been on his bicycle in the second half of that fight. I agree. But if you know you got that many rounds in the bank, if you know that I got this dude, I'm up so far on this dude, what I'm going to sit there and trade with strong Danny Garcia for and give him his chance with his no-look left hook? No, I'm going to be on my toes and I'm moving. I got this thing in the bag. It's called boxing. You lost, Danny. You figured it out too late. We'll see.
Question for Kelly's Watson.
Well, I just make sure. I want to make sure that I don't get beat. Because you're not going to be professional, too. So let's get back to Danny. We got 2 L's. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But it was a lot of crap calling me, politics, calling me racist and all that dumb crap that came with it.
There's a lot of talk about Angel Garcia and being racist. Now, I've talked about this in the past. I'm going to spend a millisecond on this, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. And my video still stands on this. And some of y'all might not agree. I know a lot out of Philly don't agree. I thought Angel was a little racist. You know what I mean? You go back to that time when he was talking the way he was talking about Crawford. You go to that time when he was talking about Keith. Man, that was coming from a different place, champ. That wasn't coming from, you know what I'm saying? Like you my nigga, you know what I mean? Like we describe it, like I did a video on it. I remember saying, when we used it with the A on it, and that's describing everybody. He specifically described them, black folks, with that word. And he didn't use the A. And look at the vitriol that he said it with. Look at the context that he said it in. This is why he developed that stereotype or that stigma of racist. I know a lot of y'all be like, yo, man, I kick it with Puerto Ricans, and you know how we are. I do, I'm hip. I'm super hip, champ. Trust me. I got homies like that too. But that ain't what that was from Angel, champ. I recognize that. I recognize that crystal clear. His intentions were different. I believe. That's why he got set down against Keith Thurman. Couldn't come around, couldn't give interviews. Then one wanted, you know, because of the stuff he was saying out of his mouth. And there is something in Angel. I'm sorry. When he gets angry, when he get upset, there's something that comes out there. Y'all may not agree, but I think I have a very good gauge on that, man. Real good gauge. And his intentions were different. Let's keep pushing.
Time around, and Dada, we're not going to put it in the judge's hands. It's not going to be in the judge's hands no more. Danny got to do what he got to do. And December 5th, we're going to Dallas because, first of all, we chose to fight him in Dallas. So make people understand that he ain't the A-side like they say.
Hold up. December 5th, we chose to fight him in Dallas. He's going to go along and say something to the effect of, well, you know, we wanted the crowds. Like, they made that call. Bro, this is Errol's call. You can stop it, bro. In Texas, around the Dallas Cow. This is Errol's call, bro. But I don't know if you say this, you say that, oh, I guess you don't want to make it like you got smacked around in negotiations, that you had to take what you was given, take what you was off. I got you. You A-side. You A-side. You ain't beat nobody at welterweight. You lost your belts, but you A-side. You A-side. The Puerto Rican project went left, but you A-side. This dude funny.
You know what I mean? Danny makes calls too. And another thing that I'll make sure that's there too is world judges. We want world judges. We ain't going with local judges to make it fair. And at the end of the day, after we take care of that, and then Danny's got to go in there and do his thing with these two right here.
So he says they're going to go for world judges. So clearly they're not using any Texas judges. They say they're going to go for world judges. So they want to get a fair shake. They don't want no close calls. According to Angel, he said they may not have to leave it up to the judges. But he said they're getting world judges. So they're not trusting them judges from Texas. I know that's right. Let's keep it pushing.
And he's a great opponent. His dad gets me hype, just him saying how they're going to dictate the pace and how you're going to, you know, come forward and throw punches and this and that and come take the belt from me in my hometown. You know, every time I fight in my hometown.
Hey, yo, Errol feels some kind of way about that. Not only is you saying you going to switch the pace and come at me and all of this stuff, he said, I get fun. I laugh at his daddy. Earl wasn't even impressed. He wasn't even impressed. He was just sitting there with the mug like, I don't even think a wrinkle popped up on his face. He wasn't even impressed. But you talking about something, you going to come to me and bring that fight to me and stop and do all of this in my hometown. Funny. You was a funny guy, Danny. Did you do that to Herrera? You was a funny dude. You going to come into Texas where I'm going to be on beast mode, where they call me Optimus Prime Spence. I'm going to be beast mode. The crowd going to be hyped because we going to have a crowd. We going to be in this beautiful stadium. And you think that you are going to walk into my town, and take what I got, these two belts, and I don't get a rematch clause? Sound good. Earl ain't even so much as wrinkle his eye one time.
Knockout or just shutout win. So I'm 100% ready for anything they bring to the table. With come forward, with the box, with just stand there and fight. We can do whatever they need to do. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna listen to my coach dictate the pace, and I'm not gonna get into the little heads game like with Sean Porter and things like that. Because I fought Sean for the game, and I beat him at his own game. You know, I'm sure his dad want me to, you know, stand there and slug with Danny Garcia. He got a rock jaw chin, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to win the fight.
There you go. You don't got to play that game. You only got to get sucked into that game. You gonna do whatever it takes to win that fight. Ain't nobody gonna get in there and get into a rock'em sock'em robot type fight if that ain't what's gonna win the fight. If that is what's gonna win the fight, then he down to do it. So my man got ice in his veins, shawty. He got ice in his veins, dog. He cold as ice, bruh. He's like the Tim Duncan of boxing. No expressions. The man don't get overly happy, overly sad. He's just like one tone. Ain't bothered. That's scary on the low. You know what I'm saying? Danny and Angel over there, like, why this dude don't even, he ain't so much as seemingly concerned. Is he even awake? Is he up? Somebody's nudging him. Is he even concerned about what we saying? I don't think so. Errol just like, man, let's just get this stuff over with so I can stop this dude and go back and enjoy my farm or the cow. What does he got, like a farm or something now? Like, I know he big on the horses and stuff. Let me get back to the horses and the cows. I seen him riding around with that chop that you know what I'm talking about. If you come around there and messing with his cows or calves or whatever the hell he got on his farm, you know what I'm saying? So, man, shawty, he ain't moved. I like it. Ice in his veins. Let's keep it going. Hold on.
It's up to me to make that big splash, especially coming off my car accident. Everybody expected me, take a lesser opponent, but me taking a lesser opponent, that was back when I made my pro debut in my first 10 fights and things like that. Now I want to fight the top dogs in the division. I finally got to a spot where I could fight, the big names and the guys I've been yearning to fight for. So now the time is time that I'm not going to, go backwards. I'm going to just go forward and fight the top guys that I've been wanting to fight since I was like 14, 15 and 0. Since I won a title from Kev Book.
So this is where a lot of Spence Nation, they say, man, he's just following his plan. This is the plan that he's always said he was going to do. He told you back in the day, his route. I even had a couple of the fam, y'all came through in the comment section like, yo, man, remember he said he was going to do boom, 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 boom. Did he not do it? He is on his route. Unfortunately, that route hasn't involved Turnbull Crawford. That's a different video. But he is on his route. And this is what I was telling people in the Danny Garcia video. Errol is also is bitten into the pay-per-view apple. And he wants it, and he's not going to lose. He just told you, I've been wanting this since forever. I told y'all way back when. I wanted this. And now that I finally got here, unfortunately, the car accident happened. But that don't mean I'm leaving this spot. No. My money has increased. My status has increased. I'm the top dog. I'm the big fish. I ain't giving that up for nothing. I want that back ASAP. We just got finished talking about Devin Haney. How do you think Devin Haney felt when he had to go for shoulder surgery and they stripping him of his title? And he says, yo, I get an opportunity to come back and go straight for that. I want it now. Forget all the waiting. Coronavirus happened. Give me my belt. I want it back ASAP. They don't want to lose. Once you accomplish something like that, once you get to a certain point, you ain't trying to go backwards. Now, here's the deal. We won't know until after the fight, I guess, if this is a smart move or not. If he should have took the tune up or not. We won't know until after the fight. He has no rematch clause. No rematch clause. Inactive all of this time. Rehab. No sparring until September. He's coming back to a top-level opponent. After all of that, and no rematch clause. That is really wanting your spot, bro. That is no, you doing this, you walking on a tightrope without a net, no protection. You really want that spot, champion. You hear me though? You can lose it all in one night. One no-look left hook. One no-look left hook ends it all. One no-look left hook. So I just hope you know what you doing, champ. That's all we could say as boxing fans. We can sit back and say things like this ain't never suggested. This is the fighter. We'll see if he go above and beyond our expectations. And maybe, who knows, even his critics, after doing something like this, should win some people over. You should sit back and say all of the crap that I've talked about Errol Spence Jr. And this fool just had the car accident where he could have lost his life. Broke bone, I ain't gonna say broke, but hurt things. Could have taken him out physically and mentally. Yet he comes back after all of that and still does. Your respect level for this man should go through the roof. Without a rematch clause, fam. Without a rematch clause. Let's keep going. Unbelievable.
After the Mikey fight and the Porter fight, I saw some holes in his game, and I felt like it's a good opportunity for me to become champion again. So, and he's a great champion. I'm a great champion, and I feel like these type of fights bring out the best in Danny Garcia. They make me run that extra mile. They make me spar that extra round. They make me eat the right meals, and they gave me the extra motivation I need. And I feel like this is the type of fight that's going to bring out the best in me. And that's why I wanted it.
Great. Thanks so much.
A lot of fighters do that. We like to call it the Billy Joe Saunders syndrome. What is the Billy Joe Saunders syndrome? You know the Billy Joe Saunders. If I don't get a fight that excites me and gets me up and makes me want to get off the couch, well, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to give lackluster performances. I'm not going to rise to the occasion. None of that stuff. I'm just going to be just a slob in there, because I need to be motivated. Danny, how much motivation do you need, cuz? You done been motivated. You done had how many championship fights? You know what I mean? You win. You lose the belt. You get a soft touch. You get back into a title shot. You lose. You get a soft touch. You get another title shot. Will you lose? What do you mean these type of fights get you up? The Thurman fight didn't get you up. The Porter fight didn't get you up. These excuses got to stop. You always trying to make it like, the reason I love because I just was so comfortable and I've just been, I've been chilling in the Bahamas, I've been swimming, I've been rolling around in my silk pajamas all the time, and I've been doing so many things, Oh, sorry about that, fam. I wish I'd have had this up by now. My fault. I should have had this artwork up. But so many things. I'm uncomfortable. Bro, you lost. It's not about these type of fights get you up. It's about you need to work on some game plan and stop being this same exact Danny Garcia. We ain't got there yet, fam. Come on, let's keep going. All right, who up next? I think it's Derrick up next, if I'm not mistaken.
Kind of weird.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not gonna lie, I feel real weird. But after probably like the third or fourth, sparring session, everything was just clicking, and now just I'm sharp as a tack now. So everything's back to normal. I feel like I wouldn't have no ring rust at all come December 5th.
So about Errol sparring. Now we know that Errol Spence Jr. didn't start sparring until September. He says it took a little while, just had to get that rust off, but he feeling good. He feeling good. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all can say what y'all want, and that's concerning. You don't spar. Forget like I told y'all, man. It's one thing to look good. You got Blu-ray there, great. He doing a good job, strength and conditioning. Got the arms chiseled. You got that 8-pack going. You looking like a beast. Veins popping. You gonna make weight all day. That ain't the question. We want to know what happens once you get hit. Bags don't hit back. Pads don't hit back. And I gotta tell you something. You know what? I'm gonna run that back one more time. I want y'all to hear what Errol said on this part one more time.
He was getting back to the
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Derrick James. Hold on. Let me go to what Errol just said about his sparring one more time.
Kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, I feel real weird. But after probably like the third or fourth, sparring session, everything was just clicking, and now just I'm sharp as a tack now. So everything's back to normal. I feel like I wouldn't have no ring rust at all come December 5th.
Okay. All right. So he says he don't feel like he gonna have no ring rust at all, but he said it started out weird. He said it started out weird, but after about the second or third time, everything was clicking. 2 or 3 sparring sessions, everything clicking. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna hope for the best. that's just iffy. That's just something that I guess we not used. It's just iffy. It's just iffy. That's just something that we just can't question. I don't know.
He was getting back to the rhythm and finding himself in the ring. He still was looking good. But I think it was the level of comfort that came in that made the difference. I mean, so it's like he still looked good from the first day spot to each day after that. But when you get more comfortable with just being back in the ring, being back home or whatever, it's you can see a difference. It looks amazing. It looks good. Everybody will see.
So Derrick is saying he's looking good. Derrick is saying he's looking good, and he's saying that once he gets more comfortable at home and everything, then he's saying he's looking good, but he's also leaving a little room, like he'll get a little bit more, he got to get a little bit more into his zone. You know what I mean? And once he kind of do, I think he's saying like once the fight start and everything get to going, everything gonna kind of fall in place. Now, just so I won't take that too much out of context, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna run that one right back. Listen to Derrick James when he's speaking about how Errol Spence is responding in sparring.
He was getting back to the rhythm and finding himself in the ring. He still was looking good. But I think it was the level of comfort that came in that made the difference. I mean, so it's like
a level of
comfort
comfort
from the first day spot to each day after that. But when you get more comfortable with just being back in the ring, being back home or whatever, it's you can see a difference. It looks amazing. It looks good. Everybody will see on December 5th who he really is.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to go back and do that. So I didn't take this out of context. So he's saying that once comfort set in with Errol, he started clicking. And I guess he's saying it in sparring. I thought he was saying once comfort sets in the fight. He's saying that no, throughout the sparring, once the comfort set in, it was everything was working. So listening to Derrick James and listening to Errol Spence Jr., everything is working in sparring. Errol said it started off weird, but eventually he got to clicking again. Derrick James says that once the comfortability set in on Errol Spence, he pretty much got to clicking again. And he feels as though once he's comfortable in his own hometown, that he's still going to be a problem. It's going to really be a problem. Okay. All we can say is okay. I can't question it. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. I don't know. All we can say is okay. A lot of cats was looking too far into that. Y'all looking into his words, if they slurring, if this, if that. I'm not going to go that far. The head trainer in Derrick James, who knows that his fighter is entering a fight with no rematch clause, is saying that he's looking good, and once he gets comfortable, it's over. All right. Okay. Let's keep going.
These type of fights motivate me. You know, I know what I'm built of. I know what I'm built of. As long as I give 100% in the gym and stay mentally and physically ready, I know no one can beat me. And when Danny Garcia is focused like that, I know he's a dangerous man. And I believe I can beat anybody in the sport.
Generalized stuff, nothing much there.
I feel like it'll be a smooth night.
For me, I think that great when you come home and fight at home and be at home and fight a great fighter like this, and put on a great performance is amazing, because I think that it only builds your legend, it only builds your stock, and to be able to perform at home in front of a live audience is very difficult to do. But at the same time, as for other people who are difficult for them, because Errol's been able to perform and do well in front of the audience, and we love that. So we love the energy, we love everything that the city brings us from people from all over the world.
You know, I'm going to stop right there. These boys are happy to be fighting at home. Will that be the extra motivation that Errol Spence Jr. need? I'm listening to Derrick James, and he's talking like that home turf is motivating us more than you know. People been coming to us, bringing us stuff. When Errol walk out of that thing, if he got Yellow Beezy with him or whoever, and he hear that home roaring crowd, does it turn him into another Errol Spence Jr.? Errol has put on great performances in his hometown. Very good performances. Salute to the family in the super chat. Mainman, no lie, I will take a tune-up. Hey, and no one would be mad at you, Pino. He would have gotten more than a pass. More than a pass. I would have been right here like, yo, y'all need to leave Errol alone. That's the right thing to do. If he want to come back and fight Teofimo Lopez after what he been through, damn right. I'm expecting for him to wipe him out. But let him do it. He deserved, I mean, he been through a life-changing accident, man. Could have been. He got to see where he at. So none of us would have blamed you, Pino. I'm telling you, it's the right way to go. But we got to take the words of these men. They're going off their home crowd, going to feed them that energy that they looking for. They're going to be pumped up. They're going to be in front of a crowd. What they talking, 15,000? They're going to be in front of a crowd. And they're banking on that to be that one thing that just energizes them. Turns them into Super Saiyan. Makes Errol Spence get in that ring and go right after Danny. And put on a good performance in front of his people. That could be the chip that Errol is fighting with. But that still doesn't answer the question of what happens once he get hit. All right, let's go.
Danny said it was for January when we for a red call. When we for a red call, red catch was supposed to be Spence, but then he got into a tragedy. But that's the past. So we're not looking at the accident because we're not doctors. He's cleared by medical. His team say he's good. Everybody else saying he's good. To us, he's good. We can't worry about that. That's something that it doesn't make the fight better or worse. We're not gonna go in there thinking that he was in a car accident, that we got the advantage. We're not falling for that booby trap.
That's very smart by Angel Garcia. I will give him credit for that. Don't go in there fighting the Errol Spence, thinking you fighting the Errol Spence Jr. who just got out of a car accident. If Angel Garcia and Danny Garcia are smart, they're not even thinking about the car accident. The car accident never happened to them. If they smart, the car accident never happened. What car accident you talking about? What he been through? I don't know what you talking about. All I know is that Errol Spence Jr. just got finished beating up on Sean Porter. All I know is Errol Spence Jr. beat up on Kell Brook. All I know is Errol Spence Jr. is winning and considered a unified champion. We don't know nothing about no car accident. That's how you got to approach this fight. And I'm going to tell you, Spence Nation, if Errol Spence Jr. is deciding to go down this route without a tune-up and everything that he's knowing what he's undertaking here, no rematch clause, then if he loses, God forbid he loses, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about no. Errol Spence has had, I'm sure, every suit in his ear telling him he don't got to do this. I'm sure. So I don't want to hear anything from nobody. No hashtag, no excuses, right? Then again, you know what? Nah, if something wrong, something wrong. I can't say hashtag, no excuses. I can't say that. I take that back. I can't say that. What that brother been through, man, I can't say that. We don't know, man. We just don't know. And this is why I keep telling everybody, give a man his credit. And all of this statement talk need to go out the window for this fight. This is exactly the reason I'm saying all of that. He got to stop the man and he got to do what Bud do. Throw that shit away for this fight, fam. Throw it away. The man been through a car. We trying to see where he at, and he's taking on a top tier, 2 division champion. I get full credit for that. That's a statement if he beat this man with no rematch clause. Sparring in September. Get a man his credit, yo. He don't got to make no statement. Accepting this fight is the statement, enough statement for me. I'm telling you, man. But Danny and them ain't going to sit around and entertain nothing from the media. Talking about some car accident this, car accident that. He wasn't the same this. They not going to entertain it. They're well in quotes all the way back till January of this year. Telling everybody, we don't know nothing about that. We don't know nothing about that. We gave him extra time to get better. That's all we know. So that's how they feeling. And
for the COVID too, the reason we chose Dallas, Texas.
Oh, shut up, man. That's when he started talking about the COVID stuff and all that.
Yeah, I feel like I do everything great. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm a true champion. I make adjustments. I could bang it out. I could box. I feel like I can use my jab. And, I feel like that's why I'm a 3-time world champion because, I faced many styles, southpaws, bangers, boxers, sluggers, been the underdog, and, I came out on top. So I feel like these are the type of fights that bring out the best in me.
Now, that's one thing I will give Danny Garcia. Regardless how much we joke, we rag on him about what he's done at welterweight. The fact remains, this is why when I did the video on him, I started with Mauricio Herrera. I didn't go as far back as the Kendall Holtz and all of those guys, the Amir Khans and all of the reason I didn't do that, because I know what y'all gonna say. Eric Morales was old, man. He was this age, he was that age. Oh, this person was that. But back then, and I remember it vividly, Danny was counted out of those fights. No one thought Danny was gonna beat Khan. They thought Khan was gonna outbox him. Khan at that point was a boxing machine. He had the fastest hands in boxing, reach. He had the whole package. No one, his chin thing wasn't really out there like that. Danny was the one that fully exposed it. I mean, we seen what happened with Breeders' Prescott, yeah. But Danny was the one that really fully kind of let us know, like, when that no-look left hook debuted against Amir Khan. But all of those fights, he was counted out. He wasn't supposed to beat Morales or Zuda. They say they were too fast. This one was too crafty. Amir Khan was too complete. And he beat them all. So he's been counted out before, and several times. He has been. And he's succeeded expectations in the past, which makes him dangerous for this, because he knows how to exceed expectations. I just don't see it, though. I see a destruction coming. We're going to get there. What you saying, Monty? Ain't no excuses once you sign on the dotted line. All day. All day, Monty. All day. All day. And I'm going to get to y'all comments real soon, fam. Let's get to this next one.
Come in and kind of like put the training wheels on. It's a gradual process, I mean, and so by the time that this camp started, he was already in shape. He had been training for like 3 months, 4 months, maybe longer than that. So it was like it was the process of just we could mess around with some things and do some things, and then start perfecting some other things.
I'm gonna stop right there. So he's basically walking you through the camp. He said that he's been in shape for the last few months, and we just started trying some things, started perfecting some things. They couldn't spar at that time. Sure, everyone know that. They couldn't spar because of some dental work that Errol had to get finish up getting done, right? If I'm not mistaken. But they couldn't spar, but they still were working on other things. As far as Errol being in shape, as far as him getting ready, prepared physically for the fight, it's all there. And according to Derrick, we worked on some things, but you still need that sparring. You still need to see what that punch resistance is like. That's something that no training or game plan can give you the answer for. He got the answer. They're happy with the answer, evidently. But they've been working on things. This training camp, like I tried to tell y'all about Kell Brook, this training camp is not no 6-week camp. This ain't no 8-week camp. This ain't no 12-week camp. Earl's probably been chipping away, making weight comfortably, having all of this time to make weight, ain't got to crunch himself down. Making weight comfortably, cruising, knowing that this fight was on the horizon. You knew the opponent. You knew what to expect. Yeah, he couldn't spar, but he was getting fully prepared in other ways. That's great when you want shape months before a fight. You know what I'm saying? Real spill.
And, that's great because it was beautiful. And like you said, the 2 more weeks only helped to 2 more weeks of getting better. To just be great.
So I think that's all Derrick got.
Like I said, he has a lot of great wins, like great victories, and I mean, you learn a lot from just different fights. Some losses and some wins.
Listen to this.
Maybe you learn before the fight. Well, you learn from other fights in the past too, like him and Lamar Peterson and things like that. So, I mean, I don't really have to watch those fights because I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan of the sport. So that's all I do anyway is watch boxing. So I didn't watch Danny Garcia fight plenty of time.
All right, let me stop right. I don't know if y'all can make that out because the audio was a little choppy on that Zoom call. But what he was saying was Danny Garcia has fought Lamont Peterson. Danny Garcia has fought a lot of people, and basically he's lost and he's won some, he's lost some. But one thing he believes that Danny's done is learned. And even though Danny's been through those fights, he's probably took something away from those fights, which is facts. I'm sure, usually they say whenever you lose, at least at the very least, you should walk away learning something new. So you should have learned something from that loss. And what Errol is saying, and I think it's the right approach, don't think because this man has lost in the past that makes you counting him out. No, you lose, you learn. You lose, you learn. Canelo got schooled by Floyd, and he's been schooling ever since. You lose, you learn. So Errol is saying, look, don't get it twisted. He got 2 losses, sure. But he could have took something away from those losses. And I got to be prepared for that. All great fighters do that. They take what they take the lesson learned and they apply it in the future. Errol says, I'm ready for that. I can't count this man out. I respect that mindset. Not counting him out regardless he has 2 losses. Regardless of who he lost to. You're looking for a Danny Garcia who's going to be fully motivated, knowing that this is one of perhaps the biggest fight of his career because everything is on the line here. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. It's it. And I'm not going to approach this fight like the man didn't learn something all day. So that's what it is. Let me get to some of the comments, man. And, yeah, we're going to breeze on up out of here, fam. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody that's been coming on through. I'm going to slide on back some. All right, we're going to start with P. Newell says, yo, man, Danny stay getting title shots. Facts. It's facts. That project started back in Puerto Rico, bro. They've been trying to get him to become champion so he could have became the next guy behind Floyd. Remember, I told you in the video, man, it went to Adrian Bronner first. He was the next guy up. Adrian Bronner dropped the ball. When Adrian Bronner dropped the ball, Danny was up. Danny dropped the ball against Keith. They laid it out for him, though. They laid out the perfect route, the perfect road. They say, well, Adrian failed. We need another Floyd. We need another attraction. You up, Danny. Danny dropped the ball. But he's been getting good fights for all of those reasons. They've always wanted Danny to become the big star that they thought he would become. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hey, Monty say, yo, how much motivation do you need, cuz? Exactly. What else do hey, Monty, he got like one of the best runs at welterweight, bruh. Talking about some, I need these kind of fights to get up. Bro, I don't know how much more motivation you need, champ. Real spill, man. Errol Trim says, yo, main man, Danny is a gatekeeper at 147, just like Porter. I wouldn't call him officially a gatekeeper yet because of his name, but after this one, then come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? After this one, there's nowhere left for Danny to go but one place, and that's Terrence Crawford. And I don't know if Crawford is going to have the appetite at this point to entertain a Danny Garcia with 3 losses, nothing to offer, nothing to give, nothing. Don't know. If Danny tries to up his punch rate or start early, he will get punished and possibly stopped. He's going to have to pace himself. But he cannot go in there and just doing nothing and becoming this cement-footed, heavy-footed thinking machine. He's got to take risks here, man. He's got to test that punch resistance. He can't go in there becoming a mouse and just not afraid to jump on Errol Spence Jr. Letting Errol dictate the pace. That, to me, would be very dangerous for Danny Garcia. Errol also can't go in there all willy-nilly either, though. Going in there thinking he in a rhythm and get cracked by a no-look left hook. It can happen. D-Ray says, yo, is Blu-ray back with EJ? Yes. I seen him on the video, at the weigh-in. Well, not the weigh-in, at the media thing. There, he was there. Yeah, Blu-ray's in the corner, man. You look at Errol, bro. He looking chiseled. He looking shredded. Ain't looking dry. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at him in the interview, after he had hit the bag for like 5-10 minutes, went off to the side, had an interview real quick, went back to the bag. I'm like, Slim, that man ain't drained. That man is a powerhouse right now, champ. He looking good, man. Him and Blu-ray is a match made in heaven, man. How could they ever go apart, bro? I don't know. I mean, it's like every time the man is involved, Errol looks like a beast. I mean, like a straight beast. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Y'all wrapping it up to each other. Y'all wrapping it up. I'm going to let y'all do that. Y'all do that. Alex says, yo, Spence can be hit. Danny's seen it all. And Spence ain't no Mayweather. He's in for a fight. I wish them both well. Boxing is a hard sport for anyone. Facts, Alex T. Boxing is a very hard sport for anyone. And at the end of the day, though we talk out smack, we respect every single fighter that stepped between them ropes. You know what I'm saying? Usually when the fight's over and the somber attitude set in, then we start talking like that. But prior to a fight, caveman style, bro. We turned up. We turned up. We loud. We want to see some violence. But afterwards, of course, we're going to have respect for both of these men. I don't care who wins and who loses when you're talking like that. We're going to have respect for both of these men. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Real spill. Real spill. Yeah, boxing. D-Ray say, yo, boxing fans win no matter what happens. Yeah, this is a great fight, man. This is a great fight. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Spence back to training like he broke. He got a second chance at life, not just boxing. He ain't going to let this second chance fail. The man is blessed. I call him blessed. I did a video when he got back on his feet, man, and I told everybody then, but like, bro, the man ain't nothing shorter than blessed. You know, hopefully he has a calling on his life, and he has a purpose to fulfill. You know, it wasn't his time, bro. That's a straight blessing. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Errol is going to stop him with a liver shot. Danny is open to the midsection. I like that. I can see it. Straight left hand. Straight left hand. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you say to the kidney. That left hook. Left hook on the backside. I don't know. I see Errol standing on the outside a lot of portions of this fight. I see him having that space between him and Danny. You know, Danny got that shorter reach. Errol like to throw those extended punches. I see him beating the body of Danny from the outside, but he is risk getting counted. So I hope he be all good. You know what I'm saying? Jeff White says Errol needs to outpoint Danny. He will never stop him. Okay, Danny's never been stopped. Talk about a statement. You want to make a statement? Come back after all you've been through and stop Danny Garcia. Statement heard by not just me, but everybody. I'm talking everybody. Bud gonna hear it loud and clear too. Stop Danny. You want to make a statement? You want to send boxing? You want to set boxing on fire? You want to turn boxing upside down? You want to be the man, the myth, the legend? Talked about probably for weeks? Stop Danny Garcia and watch the reaction of the boxing world. They're going to think this man is second coming of Hagler, for real. You know what I'm saying? Second coming of Hagler. I'm about to get up out of here, fam. About to get up out of here. D-Ray. Okay, yes, y'all chopping it up. Depends on which Danny shows up will determine this fight. Facts. Facts, Jeff White. Facts. Facts. Spence doing all of the heavy lifting at welterweight. Spence is earning the number one spot. If he want to be number one, it takes heavy lifting. Don't complain about the heavy lifting when you wearing the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? When you wearing the crown, you got to do the heavy lifting. Bud is number one pound for pound. The reason he comes under so much fire from his critics because they don't perceive him as doing heavy lifting as number one pound for pound. They look at him and say, you number one, you supposed to be doing heavy lifting. That's just the way things are supposed to go. So let's not, say he's doing heavy lifting when all he's doing is being a number one welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. The hard left power jab to the stomach and the straight left to the midsection will take the wind out of that left hook sales. Absolutely. I see that to be in the punch. When we get to the styles, when I do my final prediction breakdown, that left hand of Errol Spence is going to be key. That straight left hand is going to be key when we break it down all day. Mike, what's up, man? Don't need him when you're doing a fat camp. Facts. Facts. You don't need him when you're just doing a fat camp with Blu-ray. Man, Blu-ray is, man, him, and like I say, even I don't care if Blu-ray worked with someone else and he didn't have good results. Whatever go down between him and Spence is just perfect, bruh. Perfect. The man should be permanent. A permanent member of the camp. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But things happen, man. So it is what it is. Well, fam, that's my show for the day, man. Let me get one of y'all one last good time like we do. Hold on. Boom. And yeah, man. So that's pretty much the show today, fam. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves today. Great show today, man. Just wanted to get up on here, break this down. This is another layer in the Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. fight. A fight that I'm really looking forward to. A fight that I believe is gonna have some crazy repercussions. You know what I mean? I'm dying to see how all of this works out. I'm dying to see how Showtime Sean Porter gets his number called, whether it's gonna be for the WBO or the WBC. I'm dying to see what happens after the whole Spence and Danny Garcia thing. I'm telling y'all straight like this. The reason I'm checking out from the Bud and Spence talk right now, because I've reached the conclusion of thinking that, this fight ain't happening until Bud contract is up. You know what I mean? October of 2021. That's when we can come back to this again. Until then, I don't see the other side bending until Bud's I told y'all the worst thing that came out this week or last week was the fact that the details about Terrence Crawford's contract ending in October came out. That's bad. And that's going to prolong the situation. When we talk this 60-40 talk, and I say that's an obstacle, I meant that. I know y'all be thinking I'm joking and playing, but I meant that from the way of they know that the man contract is up 2021, October. We'll see him then. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Much love to the fam. Thanks for everybody for rocking with the homie. Man, y'all go ahead and go to work tomorrow, man. Put that work in, the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? But this is what you're going to do. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to realize that you are 3 days away from Thanksgiving. So just because it's a holiday week, not just the day, but the holiday week, that's going to give you permission to not go in until lunchtime. You're going to arrive at lunchtime with your burger in hand. And the boss is going to say, man, why are you getting here at lunchtime? You're going to say, because you know what? I woke up this morning and I realized something. I make this place work. Without me, you got no business. You got no nothing around here. I'm your main asset. You do what I tell you to do. If I think about it, you know what I'm saying? You might pay me, but without having me to work and do the production around this joint, you ain't got nothing. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to sit back, go in your office, close the door, and in about an hour, open it, throw out the keys to the company car. Much love to the fam. See y'all later on, man, for the next We Talking Boxing. It's a Thanksgiving week, so we may not do We Talking Boxing to perhaps next Sunday, to be honest with you. I got giveaways coming. It is the holidays, and I'm going to look out for the fam. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Much love to everybody that rock with the homie, and I see y'all on the next one, man. And like I always say to the fam, much love to you all, and into the next